Welcome to the Highlight Center, episode 4. Another big episode. I say every episode a big episode, but this is a big episode, though, man. We got a lot
It's
to
always
cover
a big
today.
episode.
We talking NFL week 3. We go recap week 3 and preview week 4. We talking seeing if Tua and the Dolphins are they real. We talking Lakers. We talking Colts. We go preview the whole NBA. A little bit of college breakdown too, man. Let's get into it, man. This is the Highlight Center, aka the THC podcast.
You ain't on my level. 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 You ain't on my level.
All right, man. Welcome back to the Highlight Center, aka the TAC podcast, presented by High Eye Clothing. We back, man. Episode 4. We
How y'all
here.
doing today?
As always, man, I'm Nate Jr. You can catch me on IG at Terminate Jr. And as always, my co-host, Tim Tebow, former throwing accuracy coach, Tobe Rebel.
Man, first of all, they shouldn't even draft the dog, but how y'all doing today?
Hey, man, we back, man. I tell you something funny, man. While the intro was playing and it was just pounding in my ear, right? Remember, I
hmm
used to want to be a rapper.
Yeah, I remember the
So,
notebook.
so, one of the producers that I had found on YouTube, his name was Melon on a beat. Canadian. He a Canadian guy, but actually, he just no, he didn't move. He just was visiting Miami. I'm wrong, but um, it took me back. It took me back a second. I had the headphones on and it's pounding in my ear, man. It took me back, man. But
hmm
let's get into the show, man. Week 3 wrapped up. A lot of letdowns, a lot of disappointments,
A lot
few
of major injuries.
upsets. Yeah. So let's get into the this week 3 recap real quick, man. Let me let you go first, man. What was your biggest surprise or biggest disappointment about week 3?
My biggest surprise of week 3 is actually two, which is Miami and Philly, both 3-0. So that was the biggest surprise. Another surprise is only team in the league without a win is the Raiders. And then, but all the
Sorry.
injuries,
So hey, I
all
lagged out. I lagged out. Could you repeat that again? I lagged.
but all the week 3 injuries with the left tackles, we got a lot of major players going down. Trent Williams, Rashard Slater, old boy Taylor. A lot of major players is going down this week due to injuries, and I wonder if it's because of the season is too long or if they not getting the work they supposed to. But that's really the big surprise and letdowns for the year. Because when you lose major players like the starting left tackles, it changes everything, and those guys need it, So we'll see how it goes. How about yourself? What you think?
Well, and I'm probably Raider hater number one,
Mm-hmm.
but that game, Devontae wasn't involved like he should have been at all, and so looking at that, I'm starting to think he's starting to think like this might have been a mistake, man. This might have been a mistake because
Well, we're gonna
it,
talk about that later.
it's looking like okay, yeah, he got it. First couple games, I was heavy involved, and but we lost. But it's like that L hit different when it's like I'm your man, I'm your go-to, and you ain't even see me a lot. I was surprised when I seen Devontae numbers. I was like, wow. But that's our MVP candidate, Derek Carr.
Oh yeah, we still on it though.
Man,
You gotta understand. Even with that loss, it's still 14 more games.
I understand.
So,
My biggest surprise was that Jags Chargers game.
mm-hmm,
I didn't expect for it to be that lopsided as it was. Because a lot of people picked the Chargers to go to the Super Bowl this year. And so far, it's not looking too good. And Trevor Lawrence is on a tear. He was 28 for 39, 362 yards, three tubs, no pick. You know, James Robinson still was able to add 100 yards rushing in on top of that. So I was really surprised. And I think you said it probably off the show, like maybe Trevor just panning out to be that number one pick.
it usually take 1 or 2 years for them to really develop to where they want to be. So last year they didn't do that good, didn't do it, but this year putting everybody on notice. Like, remember me? You know what I'm saying? I was number one overall. Don't before I got here. So he just trying to show people he it was the right choice. They made the right choice with him.
And like, Justin Herbert got hurt, but he still played. And again,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the type of person. Once you agree to go out, the hurt is they get through out the door.
Yeah.
You knew you was hurt before you stepped on there. You went out, and that's what happened. And I was surprised. What was Justin Herbert? He was 25 for 45, 297 yards in the tub in the pick. His QBR was 39, so he ain't really play too well.
He
He
39. Oh, come on now.
Yeah,
He played terrible.
that's horrible. And especially, he been great the previous 2 weeks, especially against the Raiders. He, 279 yards and three tubs. But that's neither here nor there. But I was really surprised that the Jags, they on the tail right now. I'm scared of them. It's early, but that's the surprise team because they at the top of the South right now, which is really
Listen, they
surprising.
in an easy division to win. The division they in is everybody win it. Like the competition is hard. Which will be different. I forgot which conferences what divisions play. What they play.
We play we play y'all and we play the East in the NFC East.
Okay.
So hey, did you see that little graph that the South we went undefeated against the West this past Sunday. All the teams from the
Oh,
AFC
damn.
South beat all the teams from the AFC West. But we think about it though, just off the top, you see Tennessee beat y'all. We beat Kansas. And who else did Houston didn't play the South this week because they played Chicago. And who did I forget who's the other team in our us Jags? Oh, the Jags and the Jags and the Jags. The Jags didn't play the oh yeah, and the Jags.
Yeah.
The Jags beat the Chargers. Yeah, so it's just so we spanking up the West. Let me find out.
Well, y'all making up for week one because none of y'all won in week one either.
Right. But the Jags on top of the South, man. That's surprise. It's
Yeah, that's a
early,
big
so
surprise because you wouldn't. Yeah.
let's see how long can they
When you got
maintain
young
it,
hungry
man.
players though, when you got young hungry that's ready, like that for you.
Well, moving on from one hot team to another, the question remains because they 3-0. Is Miami and Tua the real deal? Nah, me personally, I don't think so. And I'm gonna tell you
Mhm.
why I don't think so. I'm gonna tell you why I don't think so. The best thing that they
I'm listening.
did for themselves was win because
Hmm.
everything else is horrible. Let's look at the defense, right? They've
Hmm.
given up 473 yards, right? in week 2. And that's 318 passing and 155 rushing. So you can't blame it on, oh, it's the front seven trash or it's the secondary trash. Cause you can't blame it on none of them. And then they follow that up with 495 yards this on Sunday, and that's 380 passing and 115 rushing, and no picks. So that defense is trash, bro. And
They really not helping because Tua, he went 13 for 18 for 186 yards and a touchdown. If the defense don't step it up, that's not going to be enough to win games.
bro, an NFL quarterback completing 13 completions,
13 out of 18.
that's horrible. But they won, and
Yeah,
when you they got
but
they was dominated in every statistical category, bro. Did you see the total plays? That 90-39,
that's wow.
and they still win. So it's like they got down. You know what I'm saying? They got down. And again, Miami had 8 total third downs. Buffalo went 11 for 18 on third down. So, but they won. Ain't that crazy? But they won. So,
That's what you got. If you had that desire, it's always possible.
right. And so what I think people is looking at the record and then they thinking about that one big game to it. And so when they put them together, it
Hmm.
becomes is Miami Miami? Nah, I don't see it. What about you? You see it? Because I still think Buffalo is overall the better team and will win that division.
Yeah, Buffalo probably going to win that division. But so that fighting for a wild card is never hurt because once you win, who knows what'll happen. But as far as making the playoffs, I think they serious. But as far as winning it all, they not close enough yet. That their defense giving up too much for them to make a legitimate push when things hit the fan.
So you think Miami can occupy one of them wild card spots?
Oh yeah, because one division can send two. So
And and it'll probably be your division that's in two.
yeah, but shit, the Chargers, we talking
Well,
about them right now.
yeah, well, yeah, because um Russ, we don't know. Russ got y'all. But y'all got Russ this week. Speaking of y'all, let's
Hmm.
talk about y'all. Let's talk about y'all. The Raiders, they lost another one.
Yeah,
Falling to the they fall to the Titans 22-24. You know what I'm saying? So they improve. Well, I guess improve is not a good word, but they improved to 0-3, only winless team in the season. Now listen,
how's that an improve?
I, they I don't know. Usually what you say when you speaking about somebody's record, but you don't ever
You
think
being
that
funny.
like no. Hey, so look, I'm not gonna say no numbers again. I'm not gonna say no stats, none of that, right? I'm gonna leave that all to you. You the Raider tissue. I'm gonna leave that all to you. I just want you to say, I just want you to know if this they're in a must win in week 4. This is a must win for them. Week
Yeah,
4.
they definitely
This
got to
is
get the season back on track.
this is a
But
must win.
it's a must
So
win to me more for the coaches than it is
so
for players.
if they lose this Sunday, start jockeying for draft position. Y'all might as well start jockeying for draft position. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you go ahead and talk about your team because that's your team.
Well, it's not Derek Carr's fault. If you look at his stats through these 3 weeks, he's been playing a good game. The interceptions, untimely interceptions, is always bad. This week he went 26 for 44, 303 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception, which is it's a good stat line. But 26 out of 44, you got to have more completions. That's too many chances without enough completions. That's almost under close to 50%. That's not good enough, and not in the National Football League. What I think it is, as far as with the team overall, is the coaching. The coaches need to stop. Well, Josh McDaniels need to be more aggressive and not having pre snap decisions made before the play is even called, because people can keen on that. He got to let Derek Carr go out there and read the defense and then make plays. We got the surrounding pieces for him to be successful. We just got to take advantage of it. Freaking with the coaches, the defense is just giving up way too many points a game, way too many yards per game, and it seems like they be out of position a lot. A lot of the big plays we hit, people come not making anybody punt, and we got to make that happen though. We got to we getting the sacks, we getting turnovers. It's just the positioning, as far as the defensive wise. So our defensive coordinator, he need to probably get fired. That's my honest, because after week 4, if he's not ready, if they not ready, far as on the defensive side of the ball, to just give us some good field positioning, letting us get the ball early, putting us in good spots, our team will do okay. Because Derek Carr, he not making bad decisions. It's just that pre-snap stuff. Because I always can tell when the play was already picked who they was going to before the snap go. Because like that one pick he got off throwing to Darren Waller in the end zone, you could tell he was about to throw to Darren Waller the whole time. And there's no reason for it, because Devontae Adams on the bottom left in the end zone, wide open. So
let me get this straight. You calling for your DC job?
I'm calling for heads. There's no way we should be 0-3. The only team in the league this way. We getting beat by teams we could easily beat. We in positions to beat. It's just late game turnovers or late game decisions is really hurting us. And that's all on the coaching. You got to out coach when it become that late game, or if it's close. How can Derek Carr keep doing all these comebacks, because he basically really known for doing comebacks right now for me, when we giving up first down. Every 3 plays a first down. We can't have that. I know you got some Raider hate.
No, I want to say again, that pick he threw, that was just, hey, regardless of the play, I don't care if it was Z16 snipe left, he was going to Waller. When they did right, he said, I'm going to Waller. And when you look at the pick, Waller was doubled. He had one behind him and one underneath. Because the pick was the underneath guy.
Mine was made up. That's what we got.
Yeah. And instead of, what would you say? What would you rank? And don't be biased. Be honest. Would you say your O-line is good, decent,
they decent,
or bad?
Decent.
They decent.
They decent.
Do you think how many reads do you think Derek Carr can legitimately go through from play to play? Like,
well, his progressions, I think he can make. I think he can do 3 progressions before
that's a great O-line. If you can go through 3 reads.
But you got to think about it. One of the reads is right off the snap.
Right. Boo.
So, you got your first read, but then you follow the field or you follow the defensive positioning. So that's really literally these last 3 games, that them late game decisions, them late game interceptions, really on the offensive side, even though I know I've been talking about the defense, it's really hurting us, because with the defense didn't even let Tennessee score or the third or the fourth quarter. All of them was first quarter points, first half points rather. So the coaches need to get together, because it's the team. It's a good team, a great offense overall. We got some nice young hungry defensive players, but the coaching is just off. I don't get it. It don't make sense. I mean, we even split time of the we had the ball 30 minutes and 45 seconds. They had the 29 minutes and 15 seconds. So it didn't like they had the ball more than us.
I would like to see Josh Jacobs get a little more involved too.
Yeah.
But it's like they spent all that money on Devontae, so you got to throw to.
Yeah. It's the only way.
but I would like to see Josh Jacobs get a little more
We get like
involved.
66 yards, but I don't know why they doing all this share the ball shit. Uh, I just
Y'all got the two back
it's hard
combo.
to explain
Y'all
when you
Jacksonville.
oh, we were Jacksonville would have been.
No, y'all Jacksonville with the two back combo with Maurice and Fred T.
Listen, no, we not set up like that. I hope that ain't what Josh McDaniels got in his mind, but he come from the Bill Belichick tree. They think that anybody can fit anytime. It's all about them and then they coaching, but it's definitely not the case right now for us.
That's Belichick fault for making the people of his tree feel that they got the touch. That's the thing about coaching. Fucking
Hmm.
Belichick himself can come and teach me how to coach right now for the next 10 years, bro. And then I got a guaranteed NFL job waiting on me, bro. That still don't mean I have the Belichick touch.
This
That's
look
what
at
make
all his.
Belichick Belichick.
When you look at it, none of his tree is successful.
None
I
of them.
mean, and you really can't even count Mike Vrabel as under his tree because he was just one of his players. He was never
Player,
coached
yeah.
under him, you know. But with Charlie Weiss and Josh McDaniels, it's a bunch of them. Marvin went from the Ravens. Ryan, listen, the Belichick tree is not successful like the Walsh tree or the Parcells tree. Those guys get rings.
The
The
Parcells tree,
Belichick
man.
tree only he get the rings.
I love the Parcells tree.
Yeah, the Parcells tree sick, and they all this nonchalant just like him. But Belichick come from the Parcells tree.
So y'all got Denver coming up. Division rivalry. Y'all think y'all gonna go ahead and get the dub finally? Y'all gonna let Russ ride?
We really don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Things is gonna be different this Sunday. I'm telling you. Well, usually with the NFL, they'll wait till like week 5 before they start making changes or making moves, or somebody mysteriously getting hurt, so we can check another person out. But hey, if they don't get a dub this week, the season is on the line for real. Because you thinking about it, you get 4 losses, you basically got to go undefeated the rest of the season to win.
Because that
It's
climb
your
uphill
playoffs start early when you get 4 losses. So unless
this
they
early.
tanking, which I don't put past a Belichick tree coach, because I definitely think the coach is tanking. But that's how you know they tanking because they beat what team? The best team. So it's like, how can we tank it? We beating the Chiefs, which is
You
our
still go.
next topic
You
while
still
we own
go.
it.
You still go control. You still go spread that narrative that the coach tanking, huh? Three
They are.
games in. It's 3 games in. So if we tanking, y'all tanking.
We not tanking. It's just we
We
ain't ready.
we not either. We not either. Well,
If we don't have a win by week 6, I think Josh McDaniels want his own quarterback. He don't fuck with Derek Carr. He just needed him to get Devontae there, and
you-
soon soon as he get to pick his own guy, he gonna pick his own guy. He did it with Tebow. He want
so
his guy. That's why Tebow won in the first round. Josh McDaniels just reckless like that. Remember, he had Jake Cutler sitting there waiting for him. Brandon Marshall sitting there waiting for him. Came in there, start mixing shit up, so he didn't want to do it that way. So it's like, okay, well let's make his record bad. Let's make his completions wrong. Let's give him pre-snap reads so he can look bad. And now when I get rid of it, it's more justified because you couldn't justify what he did in Denver.
So you think Josh McDaniels is just a evil mastermind doing
Yeah,
all of
it's not.
this?
It wouldn't be the first time a coach sabotaged the Raiders.
Here we go. Conspiracy theories. So now
Lane
it's a
Kiffin
sabotage.
got rid of Randy Moss for a 4th-round draft pick. John Gruden got rid of
Hey,
freaking Khalil Mack for what? Cleveland Farrell?
a
You
bag of
don't know who
chips.
that is, do you?
I
I know.
don't.
I know. Because he be on the field and I still don't see him. And I know what jersey he wear. And then everybody else we got with the Mac picks went to jail.
Shout out
Sabotage.
Rugs, man. Shout out Rugs, man. We sending some love and some healing to old Henry, man. We people fuck up. We all fuck up from time to time, man. We make mistakes, man.
It's,
I ain't gonna.
Vegas is a gambling city. You
It,
know, it's cameras
you
everywhere.
gotta be focused, man. Yeah, especially in
Mm.
Vegas. You know who would have? For some reason, it felt like Tim Duncan would have been great in Vegas.
Because he's so
Like,
dull.
yeah, that it wouldn't have mattered.
I don't think, yeah, that he wouldn't have, it wouldn't have messed up his mind. He wouldn't have went crazy
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's just such a mellow guy. I think the Spurs under Pop period would do good in Vegas.
If they was the Las Vegas Spurs
Yeah,
during that time, yeah, that'd be crazy. That as tempting as Vegas is, and you don't hear not a peep from the players.
mm-hmm.
No, they had that Jerry Jones connection. Jerry, we got another one of yours. Anybody say him? Break them on the
Yeah.
ramp. Yes, it would have been like
Tell
that. It
him
would have
call
been like
me.
that. Right.
You know, they call him Jerry first. Arlington County, they call him Jerry first.
All right. The captain instructed all the officers. If it's a cowboy, we call Jerry first. You don't
Mm-hmm.
release nothing to the media. We call Jerry first. Jerry, we got Dez again.
Like they lives ran. Yeah.
We got Dez again, Jerry. What you want us to do? Yeah, man. But give me your score. What's your score? Give me your prediction score.
Devontae always, I think he gonna give us one a game, at least one a game. So his stat line gonna end up right at the end of the year, even though we're not playing for stats. I'm saying probably 27, 21 Raiders.
27-21 Raiders. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 27-21 Raiders. First dub. I'm just worried about your defense, bro, because Russ not a scrub.
He
Russ
not.
not a scrub.
And that's
So
one of the things that why I think our defensive coordinator probably on the hot seat because there's no way these quarterbacks scrambling for these first downs and touchdowns. Like everybody not mobile, but the defenses that they put us in make them able to be.
the Kyler is just ridiculous, though. The Kyler one was ridiculous. I don't
Yeah, that was
know.
dumb.
Can
Because
you
even
step away?
with a spy, he might still get that touchdown.
Can
So
you
you just not
step
gonna have one at
away?
all.
Can you step away from being a Raider fan and just be a football fan? How would you view that? Do you view your def like? Would you say that man just that man, or we just trash? Like from a
As
football
a
fan
fan,
watching that, from a
as a
football fan
fan,
watching that, yeah, is you like, oh my
as a
god,
football
he's
fan, and as a Raider fan, somebody need to be fired. Somebody need to be. It's no. It's the only play that can hurt you.
because it's different if Lamar did it.
Well, Kyler Lamar speed
what?
is similar.
Okay, I thought because they
Yeah,
play
the
now.
speed is similar. The elusiveness, Lamar is on a whole nother level. He shouldn't even be that big and able to move the way he is. Even though he's thin, he's not short. So Kyler, he a little tiny person. So tiny people usually be quick and elusive. But Tyler ain't on Lamar level as far as escapability and mobility.
No,
But he's still a
well,
threat. That's why I don't understand the decision.
because again, like you say, the spy, it was a spy, but he bent him when he bent that spy, he got that spy to move just a little bit left. And when that spy, I mean right, when that spy moved right just a little, he hit that left and took that angle, and it was it.
That's because people trying to do too fucking much. When you spy, my head's supposed to be on your head. And we traveling up and down this line together. So if you move forward, I'm moving forward. That's what the spy's supposed to do. Not fucking bite thinking you about to get a pick or something. No, do your job. Especially when you got quarterbacks that's that mobile and they with that ability.
He stayed home. He stayed home. And yeah, like you say, he wasn't head on head because it was at a point where they was like this.
Yeah, because you could think about it.
And he moving with Kyler like this, and Kyler bent him just a little bit and then went that way, and he can never get that angle. And
Yeah,
that was it.
you can't hesitate with speed
You
because
can't.
they just as soon as they got you, that 1 little second, that 1 little corner, that's like with corners. If we even, I'm leaving. You can't hesitate with speed, so that's why you got to do your job and just know what's going to come. Like I knew what was about to happen that game, even though we supposed to be talking about last week game. I knew what was going to happen that game. And then the same thing, one of the reasons we lost week 2 is the reason the game was over in week 3. Pre-snap decisions. We can't do it. He got to make his reads, make his progressions. And then the crazy thing is he's a mobile quarterback. He could actually hit the corner, hit the edge, keep the play alive. We could have got a first down without a touchdown. Get the first down and let's get another 4. But that's not what happened. That's why I think the coaches need to go. Well, one side need to go. They need to, Mark Davis need to make a stand and let the people know, like, y'all not about to come in here and do whatever you want. But now that I see our record, it's making me think maybe he just want his own guy. He want to draft his own guy.
So you calling for your DC job after week 4 or now? You want to see the results of week 4 first, or you
Yeah.
said now your DC need to
Because
go?
you got time to change it. You know what I'm saying? It's early enough in the season for things to be changed and things to progress in the right way. But
What if
after
it's
4 weeks, if it's the same thing on defense, as far as people being out of position, because either it's the coaches or the players. The players is easy to change. The coaches
what
is the one in there for that big contract for that long term, you know.
what
But
if
the
it's a
players,
what if it's a what if y'all win, but y'all get a field goal win and the defense play shitty?
like I said, the defense is not playing shitty because like last week we held them scoreless in the second half. So that's not a shitty defense. It's the decision making by the coaches and players trying to do too much. They got to get some discipline over there.
All right, man. We shall see if the Raiders gonna remain the only winless team. Well, we're going from a team whose culture is clearly losing to a team who don't have a set culture yet. We talking about my Colts.
Y'all got a triple single, 1-1-1.
Hey, that's okay. Last Sunday, my Colts beat the. I'm gonna make it a little spicy. We beat the Red Hot Chiefs to make it sound a little better. We beat the Red Hot Chiefs though.
Off 2 games.
So 17-20, you
Yeah,
know, it was a great game. Everybody counted us out though. I know I was getting a lot of messages throughout the week like, man, y'all good after this, then y'all could pick y'all season up. A lot of people wrote us off, man. And I want to I'm proud of my boys. I was hard on
Matt,
Gus Brad.
bro, Gus.
I get to Matt. I was hard on Gus Bradley last week, but defense came to play. And anytime you hold a Pat Mahomes led team to 20 points, you did
Well,
something.
17.
I mean 17 points. I'm sorry. Anytime you hold a Pat Mahomes led team to 17 points, your defense did something right. And, Pat was 20 for 35, 262 yards, a pick in the tub, and that pick came at the wrong time though. But overall, I was proud of my defense. 58 rushing yards. So we still haven't given up a 100-yard rusher yet. 3 for 10 on third down. So my defense, they stepped up big, and then Matt wasn't great. He was good. With 27 for
Well,
37.
27. Yeah, I'm about to say 27-37 with 222 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's a solid game for a quarterback.
That's yeah. That was Matthew Stafford, JT, 21 carries, 71 yards. So my biggest thing, two things. Matt Ryan is fumbling a lot. I think
He probably got carpal tunnel or something.
he has 7 right now. He is fumbling a lot. In that game, our O line gave up 5 sacks. I don't think Q gave up 5 sacks in his whole career.
Mm.
So,
No, because he had a whole season with none.
so that's concerning to me. My O line is concerning to me. So overall though, I'm excited, man. We got the win. We got the win. That's all I can ask for. We on the right track. So I'm excited to see what we got Tennessee coming up. So that's gonna really put that no 100-yard rusher. That's gonna really
Hmm.
put that to the test though, man. But get your guts out and talk about how the coach won.
Hey, listen though, you got a Jim. He just got to find the end zone, or they need to figure out ways to get him the ball in the end zone. But Michael Pittman Jr. is doing a pretty good job this year. He's a solid receiver. What last week's game he had 8 receptions for 72 yards. He had 9 yards a carry. Shit, when they all played Tennessee, he got 13 yards. I'm not a carry, but a catch. When y'all played Tennessee, he got 13 yards a catch with 121 in a touchdown. So y'all got to figure out ways to get him the ball, and y'all probably be better off. I don't know if his relationship, how him and Matt Ryan's relationship is, but to me, he seemed like he just need to be that go-to guy because he making plays.
Well, yeah, he our number one. And coming into the season, that was all the other analysts' biggest concern about the Colts is
Hmm.
our wide receiver, the depth of our wide receiver position because it's really not deep. And then Ty, he ain't come back, but
Oh,
I
he
can
Jalen Bolden,
understand.
y'all.
I can understand multiple QBs every year, and I'm a receiver, so I can understand.
Yeah,
He ain't
having to
talk.
switch it. Yeah,
Yeah, he ain't talk with Dallas right now. But I wish Ty to well. I love Ty, man. I don't have no ill will towards Ty. I love
also have
clown.
nobody picked him up yet.
Nope, he's still a free agent. That's crazy. He just chilling. Yeah, he's still a
That
free
is.
agent. He's still a free agent. He probably like Carson Wentz, Philip Rivers. No, y'all not about to Matt Ryan me too. Y'all not about to Matt Ryan me.
Yeah, because they basically got the
Absolutely.
same quarterback 3 times in a row with
Yeah,
different names.
so I understand him not want to come back, man. But this is a good. This was a good win against a good team. The Chiefs. I guess they picked the wrong day to have a bad game, but they go get back on track though. But we got Tennessee coming up, another division game. So this game is big. We both got division games this week.
We
This
do.
game is big, man. This game go determine a lot.
Yeah, divisional games make Sunday funner because it's not like fruitless. Because now you got to root for other teams to beat your division teams, and then not only that, people play harder because you get to talk them rights. You get them rights until we play again. You want to sweep your division, period. But if you can sweep individual teams, that works for you too.
And especially you always want to get that first win because that's the tiebreaker. That was determining the tiebreaker. So
Yeah,
you always want to get that first win. And y'all ain't do us no favor. So
y'all didn't
now
help us either.
now we gotta take care of Tennessee. Y'all ain't making no rough and rugged game to where they still banged up. They
Remember,
coming
we
out.
still got to play Pat twice, so
They coming out
and we already
all
got three
healthy.
losses.
That's bad. That's bad. But
It is.
I think we gonna beat Tennessee. We at the crib too, so
Hmm.
we can make that happen. That's a winnable game. Y'all let
Well, it depends on your Russian defense. Is the maniac coming back? Is he back yet?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I need to look that up because I'm not sure if Darius Leonard, Shaquille Leonard. Hmm, I got to get used to it. I seen somebody say just call him
Hmm.
Darius Shaquille Leonard, but I don't
The
know. But yeah, that's too much, ain't it? Well, no, we call a lot of people by their whole name, Robert Downey Jr. No, no, that ain't a whole name. Yeah,
That's all to say.
no, no, that ain't a whole name though. That's just first and last. What about Sarah Jessica Parker?
Yeah, that's a long name,
Jill
but it's not spelled long. It's just
Marie
people
Jones.
go by their whole name.
Do you know who Jill Marie
Don't be called
Jones is?
Shaq.
Huh? You know who Jill
I
Marie
don't. I
Jones
know who Maurice Jones-Drew is.
is?
I
But
don't.
that's a first and two last though. Jill Marie
Mm-hmm.
Jones is she played Tony on Girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
You remember Tony with the nice size full set lips?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
I know you're talking about.
That's who that's Jill Marie Jones. Yeah, it's not saying nothing about his return or nothing though. So maybe he out again.
Yeah, because I was
And
looking,
they
but I didn't see anything about it.
and that he practicing though. He going
But
through
he
a
probably
whole
still
week of
tweak.
okay, because he going through a whole week of practice, but not playing in the game. But we need him. We
I don't
need
know
him.
if you ever had a hamstring, but like when you some injuries, it'll feel better, but then once you practice, it's like it's not right. But the difference between game time and practice time is ain't no going light on you. They trying to knock you out. So he
Right.
got to make sure he 100% when he step out there because he playing that box.
Yeah, his presence is definitely needed. That creative player Derrick Henry.
Hmm.
Remember, that's how my running backs used to look on Madden when I used to create them. I never
That's when
thought
I see every time I see him, I think about that though. I said it the other day when we was talking on the
I
phone
ne-
watching the game. That nigga like
I
one of
never
your creative players.
I never thought my creative running back from Madden because he don't belong like
He on the sideline looking
that.
like a guard.
That's when you put muscle at 99 and stuff like that, and they just but the speed at 99 too though. So so he back in the
Yeah.
backfield, just big as hell. Man. All right, man. Let's move right along, man. Before we move along, man, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors, man. High Clothing. This episode, just like all the previous episodes, brought to you by High Eye Clothing. You can go visit them on www.higheyeclothing.com. They got everything you need, weed except weed. So it's just your one-stop shop paraphernalia for everything marijuana. Got grinders, they got trays, they got torches, got some nice t-shirts, nice embroidery patches on the t-shirts and everything. So go check them out again. That's higheyeclothing.com. All right, man. Move right along, man. We about to move into our NBA edition. You know what I'm saying? And check this out what I did for us. Boo, we gonna go ahead and switch our backgrounds.
Oh, okay, I see you.
You
Nah,
see
cause I
that?
ain't got the colors on or nothing. You making me feel bad.
We gotta switch the
That was not
backgrounds, man.
discussed in the production meeting.
You know what? That was some last minute. That was last minute. That was last minute. Like I might as well just go ahead since we're gonna be talking all NBA for a few segments. Might as well go ahead and hit us with the NBA background. If y'all just listening to us on like Spotify and stuff like that and Apple Podcasts, y'all missed out on the background switch. So if you want to see the top notch production quality, you gotta come watch us. You gotta come see us on YouTube or Facebook. But we about to get into this NBA preview, man. Again, I'm always saying I'm always saying I'm excited, man. But again, I'm excited, man. This is the best time of the year, man. When sports is in that fall, that fall time, man. I'm so excited. I need to spark up, man. That fall time is just the best time of the year, man. But it's a lot of things about this season that I'm excited to see, man. I know one thing I'm excited to see how Donovan Mitchell go look in Cleveland. how him and K Love go jail.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. And let me ask you this: do you think this move made Cleveland a contending team now?
Donovan Mitchell is a fucking great player, but I don't think it tips the balance in their favor. Because what
Nah,
they signed Darius Garland too. They bring back Ricky Rubio. So them people not making me like, oh, they got a chance. I mean, like, but
r-
and that's even if
right.
Kevin Love's still the same player because he ain't young no more.
Most
And
definitely not
everybody not
young.
LeBron. So
To me, yeah, D Mitch add what 10, 15 more wins on to what they was gonna
yeah.
do. But let me say this: I do believe D Mitch make them a playoff team.
Oh yeah. They
I
probably like
believe
a first round for they probably make it to the first or second round and
I
then
could
they
see
gonna
them
be
at
bouncing up out of there.
7, 8.
Yeah.
I could see them there, but I'm excited to see what Spider gonna do. Um, and another thing,
I like
I
Donovan
hate.
Mitchell too. He remind me of Kobe a little bit, the way he played and the way he tried to take over them games.
Don't listen. Don't listen
Because
to him. Don't listen to him. I can't believe you just put
but
Spider
he a
and
true
Kobe.
bozo though. Like he the one he that last shot.
I don't see it. I don't see it, bro. Because Spider got to get a jump shot. So before he develop a consistent jump shot, it's really hard to definitely compare him to Kobe because his jump shot not consistent. D Mitch want to
But
take
he's
it to the
still
cup.
young though.
Yeah,
Think
he
about
is.
the
He is.
progression. Think about the progression as they get older, they get better. It happened with Kobe too. Remember airball Kobe?
Bro, that's one shot, bro. You know Kobe.
No, it was
Everybody know he
multiple
didn't had it.
games.
Everybody know Kobe had a strap. You know he was gonna shoot.
Yeah, we know Kobe developed a strap, but them first couple seasons, it wasn't the Kobe that we ended up with.
I'm also curious. Another thing I'm looking forward to though, and I hate to say this because we don't Laker Nation we don't fuck with Clippers, but I want to see what John Wall gonna look like over there with the Clippers, man. I'm a John Wall fan, man, from the beginning,
Oh,
man.
with
I'm
the
a John
Clippers,
Wall. Yeah, so and I want to see. I want him to succeed, even though I don't care for the Clippers. I'm excited to see is this the resurgence of John Wall, or is he
the
just
thing
gonna
is with the
be?
Clippers is that team. I would say is the urgent care team because they start three players is always fucking hurt. So they big three probably never gonna play together until the playoffs. So I don't know that's really gonna help them in their situation because they're not gonna build the chemistry. You saw what happened with Brooklyn when everybody taking turns to get hurt. You see it in LA when Anthony Davis was getting hurt, hurt and LeBron was getting hurt. Like if you taking turns playing together, you can't think this is about to come together in the playoffs. So if Leonard do all of that load management, it's not gonna work. And then they're not again. These guys not as used to be. Everybody ain't LeBron. So people getting spoiled with the Kobe and LeBron in the world playing 20 years and being okay. But you got to remember, people used to retire at 34. And that's if they
50,
even make it
60,
that long. And
50, 60 years.
yeah, so they they got they on paper the team is amazing to where the Clippers got a chance. They re-signed Nicholas Batum and Amir. They got John Wall, but like I said, they main key players, even adding John Wall, always hurt.
Yeah, but and that's why I say I'm excited to see is this the resurgence of John Wall or is is has that time come and gone? You know what I'm saying? Because he
It could
rely
be that
on
year for him. It could be that year for him just because he don't have to do it all no more. He got
yeah,
comparable pieces even better than him on the team. So he just got to make sure he do his job,
Yeah, yeah.
and the
So,
other ones got to make
and
sure
that
they
might
on
be
the
less,
flow.
and that might be less wear and tear on him too,
Yeah.
because Washington, that was his team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Is it anything about the season that you looking forward to?
The Warriors repeating. Yep. That's exactly what I'm looking forward to because the more rings Steph get, the higher he gonna move up on the charts. And then I think with another ring, Clay start knocking on the top 20, top 15 itself.
Yeah,
So
y- yeah. And Clay get disrespected to me. I don't think Clay. I don't think Clay get the respect he deserved.
what
Personally, I wouldn't.
hurts, you can go.
Oh no, I was gonna say, me personally, I would never take James Harden over Clay. Call me crazy. I would
No,
never take James Harden over Clay. And so I don't like that when they get to talking about the top two guards in the league, Clay not one or two, because he is one of the top two-way. Well, post injury, that's yet to be seen if he
yeah,
going
that's what I'm
back to
saying. Yeah, he in his second year off of injury, so he should do
yeah,
better, you know.
because that's one of the
And then
nicknames I gave for him, two-way
his
Clay.
defensive form.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I love
The
two-way
thing that
Clay.
hurt
So
Clay, yeah, the thing that hurt Clay Thompson is the fact that he playing at the exact same time Steph Curry is playing. Because he would be that monster, say if Steph came 10 years from now. But Clay on any other team post Steph before Steph Curry was in the league doing what he do, he'd have been top 3-point player, greatest shooter, and all that kind of stuff. And people eyes himself. But consider he playing with a guy that make him more often, it's kind of hard to have that title when you the second on the team. But that'd be the thing when you the second on the team, it's hard for you to be considered the best, like Pittman.
I got a question for you. Speaking of Pippen, who would you say is a better number two?
Clay,
You take a Clay. Because again,
because in that third and fourth quarter, he go off. You already know how it is. Pittman, he driving, you know what I'm saying? He's doing defense, but Clay can do just as good as a job on defense, but he can pop that three whenever.
I never thought that Scotty would ever fall off as the top Robin. Because Scotty always been the top Robin.
Yeah. Not with Steph and Clay together. That's the best
Yeah.
duo probably in NBA history as far as backcourt duos. Because you're not gonna get that from a whole nother team. You got an elite defensive player, you got an elite shoot, you got an elite defensive player and elite point guard that's both elite shooters with great 3-point accuracy and free throw accuracy. Because at any moment you can't foul them because you just gave them points.
Because
And
both
you
of them
definitely can't
money.
foul from where they like to shoot because you don't want to give them 4 points.
And Steph shooting a 90 percentiles in the free throws.
It's ridiculous. That's why we're gonna win. I mean, we lost Gary Payton Jr. I mean, Gary Payton II and Otto Porter Jr. But
Shout out to GP too.
hey,
I like Gary Payton too.
I liked them too. I liked them too. But it's not gonna make a difference. We that deal.
And we about to get ready to see if he really that type of player. Because see, when you play in certain systems, it allow you to flourish differently. So now we about to really see is he really, because he a defensive dog and he can fly.
Yeah, he
So
should have stayed on the Warriors because shit didn't nobody want you before we did.
that's a pro move. I keep telling you, them pro moves, bro. You go get your ring and then you go get your money. That's a pro move. Remember Ben Wallace?
More rings would have added to his money. He could have came back and rode this horse until he got his second ring, and that would have got
But
him more
he
money. I'm
probably
a
looking
two-time
at it
champion.
like he probably looking at it like, I gotta take this while it's on the flow. That's not
Yeah, I understand that point too
guaranteed.
because he was about to be a video manager.
That's not a guarantee, right? And he had a journey. So I got a
Yeah,
bag on the floor. On top, I just won the ring. Now I got a bag. I gotta go get this bag now. Because this bag might not be, who knows? He may flame out and never get that opportunity again. So he gotta hop on that bag while it's available.
yeah.
Remember Ben Wallace took that 90 million with Chicago?
Shit, I understand it. Get your money, you got to feed your generations.
After he got that ring with Detroit, I say, look at Ben. Go ahead, get that big bag. Hey, yeah, man. Another thing I'm excited about though. Well, I'm and of course because I hate him, but I want to see how the fire of Ime Udoka, how the firing of him go affect the Celtics. Because he was a first year coach, and
I was just about to
not the
bring up the
fire,
Celtics
not the
too.
fire. I'm sorry, not the firing. I'm sorry, the suspension. They suspended him for a year for cheating on knee alone. Knee alone, ain't no way in hell, man. I would have
Listen,
personally.
I would do
Yes,
anything she told me.
anything, but I'm anything. But I want to see now how the Celtics go. How they go be, because they really responded to Ime. And so I want to see
Hmm.
how now they got a new intern coming in, which probably they probably go fire Ime Udoka. So especially in Boston, you ain't about to get
Hmm.
that many chances.
Yeah, they
No,
legacy and their name is worth more than contact
yeah.
detrimental.
So I'm curious to see how the Celtics go respond to this new coach they about to get. But again, I don't. The road
Because
to the
they,
finals is, huh?
no,
What
I
I
was
was
about to
saying,
say the team they got is built to win, and they're young, so they built to win now and later. They just added Malcolm Brogdon, so their rotation is nice right now.
right, and so I just they returned everybody and then adding a couple other new pieces. So I want to see how and then they gonna have to deal with Durant this year. They gonna have to deal with healthy Embiid and Harden this year. They gonna have to deal with Milwaukee. So it's gonna be a little
But
different this year for them. But
what helps Boston is everybody young and hungry. All these other teams, Durant, well, the Celtics, not the Celtics, but Brooklyn and Philly, they got these veterans that's stuck in their ways and got their money already. So they don't be as hungry as like the Celtics would be.
and let me sidebar something though. Can I sidebar something?
Yeah, I'm here.
I like how you see how the M.A. Udoka story is all over the sports, all the sports shows, all the sports channels and stuff.
Hmm.
You see how they just sweeping under the rug, Brett Favre stealing $5 million.
But yeah,
Um,
that was a 1 day topic.
one day, one
Yeah,
day, and then they just
I'm not,
completely sweeping it under the rug. The funny part about it is that they got the text messages and Brett Favre goofy ads. You think it's any way the media find out I'm involved?
exactly. Uh, Perfect sign of a crime. Is there any way
Right.
anybody gonna find out?
So you
If that,
you knew
yeah.
you knew you
Once you think about that in your mind to see, you know what's wrong to do.
and he knew, but it gets swept under the rug. Nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to
That's why we're
sidebar
not gonna
that.
outline. Yeah, but that's why we never gonna outline bad things that happen in our community. We're not doing that.
That's why I just like how it was just swept under the rug. But this Ime Udoka situation, which reminds you, when you compare the two situations, you can't compare the two situations
Yeah.
because technically, We only know about this because Ime Udoka is a public figure, but technically, this is a personal matter.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, this is something that's happening in my personal life. It has nothing
Right.
to do
This
with the
is his
league.
right. This is a personal matter. That's going to affect his family. It's no crime. He didn't commit no crime.
Yeah, but Brett
But
Favre
yet,
just stole from the
this is a
need.
crime. This is a fraud crime. $5 million to build the volleyball stadium for the school where his daughter played at. And they taken from the poor.
Like he just they make
And
that money already. But that's one of the things that he got that legacy face. Once you a face of a league, you good for the rest of your life. It's like being president. Once you become the face of a league, you good. So that 95 through 90, 97 run, he was the face of the league. So he know enough people in the league, know enough people to make stuff go away fast.
and what's the crazier part about it all is we live in a world where Michael Vick is a convicted for dog fighting. Michael Vick went to federal prison for dog fighting.
And this dude stole from the poor and probably not even gonna see it. Our community service.
Millions on top of that. And what's crazy, you remember the Vic story?
Yeah. And the crazy thing is,
Man.
Humane Society killing dogs every day. We making soap out of animals every day. But taking from the poor is like,
how long?
No.
Remember the coverage on that?
I remember it all. The money he lost, the coverage, how long it took him to get back in the league. He had to be under somebody's wing. He had to have a babysitter to come back in the league.
Then remember when you get back into the league, I remember seeing something where they say for every sack on Michael Vick, the Humane Society would donate a certain weight of dog food. Like,
so you could put a bounty on a human.
So it's like they did all that for dog fighting. And I'm not saying like, dog fighting is right.
Mm-hmm.
Because animal cruelty is in its entirety is wrong. But when we get to weighing dog fighting and stealing millions from the less fortunate, and you've made millions, and you copper fit, and you Wrangler, I know these is $1 million. I know these is $1 million endorsements.
Multi-year $1 million endorsements.
How long, man? I can't tell how long we've been seeing Brett Favre out in that vacant ass field with that pickup truck playing football, throwing passes.
Yeah. With the copper socks on.
With the tight ass Wranglers on. So he been, man. When I just think about it, man, it really got me. It really made me upset, man. But back to the NBA, man. And I'm gonna tell you one last thing I'm excited to see. Brian breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar record.
Oh yeah, that's all happening this year.
Because
barring injury, though.
Barring injury, we knocking on wood. Because truthfully, I didn't think that I would ever be able to see that in my lifetime.
I didn't think I would ever see it either. I say about year 15 with Cole, I thought if he stayed on that same trajectory that it was gonna come down. But once he had got that Achilles injury, he was never the same again. So you could tell he wasn't gonna get it.
Yeah. So as a sports fan and Laker fan, I'm excited to be able to see that because that'll probably be it for us. When Henry Wilson, the two guard from Michigan, getting into the league in 2097, we won't see that though, because look, that one still for almost 40 years. So
So you don't think it's nobody in the league that can chase that down?
you know what? The way the league is headed, because it's offensive lead, and
At
you know
3-point
it's
land.
3 point. Yeah, it's 3 point fast break 3 pointers now. So yeah, I can see it coming. I can see it not. It won't take 40. It won't take almost 40 years for it to get broke this time around.
It really depends on how long Kevin Durant play, because he the
You think
closest to catch him because his stats be similar. Now he already had injuries to take him off the field for a year, so you can take one of them years off. But he
that
right
that hurt?
behind LeBron as far as being able to catch that if he play long enough.
So you think it'll be You think it'll be
Yeah, Kevin Durant is our only chance of seeing it happen again. Because I think he like 6 years younger than LeBron. Three, was it 6 or 4? One of those.
well, Kevin Durant number 21 right now.
Yeah, but
So
them numbers so close at the top until you get to Kareem. Like everybody ain't that far away, but then you get to Kareem and Carl. Now them the jumps you got to make. But as far as youth, because how old is Kevin Durant?
what Rant because me and him born in the same year. So his birthday Rant birthday tomorrow. We gonna send a happy birthday to Rant. Tomorrow his birthday. So Rant will be 34 tomorrow. We send a happy early birthday to the Durantula, the Slim Reaper. Um yeah, Rant birthday tomorrow. He'll be 30, he'll be 34 tomorrow. So he be so let's we gonna do the math, because right now Durant said at 8,000, he's at 8,716 points. No, that's his field goals. I'm sorry, that's how many field goals he got made. His points is 25,526. That's how many
Mhm.
points he had right now. That's 20,526. Now we don't know where LeBron go end at, but um, as of right now, as we speak, Kareem, which is number one, Kareem sit at 38,387.
And
So it's a nice gap, bro. I'm about to do I'm about to do the math right now and see 25 526. He 12,861 points behind Kareem right now. So off
mhm.
8,000, off the 8,000, off that, that's about that's about 7 8 seasons, bro. Because you know a thousand a top player should always get over 1,000 points in the season. So he
Well,
looking at
that's
that's
what I'm
about
saying.
7 8 seasons.
That depends on how long he want to play, because he put up the numbers. Like you say, even when Durant loses a step, he still can tiptoe over most of the people that's going to defend him.
Right. So he looking
So
at playing. He would have to play till he 41, 42.
yeah, it really depends on when LeBron stop and how long he decide he gonna play. Because it's not like LeBron's numbers is falling off. He still gets you 25 a game.
He put 30 up last year. So let's move along, man. Let's talk East and West, man. We gonna talk. We gonna do. Let's talk. We gonna do the East first, man. We
Okay.
gonna talk the Eastern Conference. So off rip, we know the top four teams in the East: the Nets, Sixers, Celtics, the Bucks, and we go round on the top five with the Heat. All right. So
Okay.
for me, this is how I see the East playing out. The East come down to one player and that one player is not even a superstar. He an all-star, but he's not even a superstar.
Who was that?
Chris Middleton.
Okay.
If Chris Middleton come back and he healthy, because he got nicked in the playoffs, but it was just an MCL strain. It was a strain, so it wasn't no tear or nothing like that. And then he just had some cleanup surgery on his wrist. So he gonna miss the opener, so he gonna miss some time in the beginning. But he ain't coming back banged up. He just got a little nick. So he should be good to go. So if Chris Middleton can come back healthy, to me, I like the Bucks representing the East again, man. They would have won. They would have won the East again last year to me if he didn't go down. They took Boston to 7. That's to be said, man. That is to be said, man. I know you go to Dubs, man, but that's just to be said, man. I would have liked to see it. I would have loved to seen it.
I'm just telling you now, it wouldn't have mattered.
He would have been as great as Steph is. Giannis would have been the best player on the court.
Yeah,
and that means a lot. So I would have, if Chris Middleton come back and he himself, then I like the Warriors. I like the Bucks coming out the East. Who you got coming out the East?
You talking from the East?
Who you got coming out the East?
So I think Brooklyn probably is going to win because LeBron gets. I mean, not LeBron. No, Kevin Durant.
I like that LeBron.
Kevin Durant got something to prove. The Warriors just went out there and got one without him, like they had one before him. So now the two that he got is more theirs than his. So he got to come out and win with a different team in another way. And then with the Kyrie Irving shit, guess what, everybody? Kyrie was right all along. It don't stop COVID. But anyway. And then I don't like when grown men have attitude problems like that. They got real. It's this, no. Like, it's too much drama with their attitude. So
and nothing happened, bro. He asked for Steve Nash to get fired, nothing happened. He asked for the GM Sean Marks to get fired, nothing happened. He asked to get traded, nothing happened. And now he back.
Yeah.
All of that is nothing happened. Go ahead.
The crazy thing is they volunteered to go there. So that's what make it crazy, because they could have went to any team would have gladly took them. They'd have been overly wanted in New York and with the Knicks.
Most definitely.
But they chose to go there, and now the team like, hey, you gonna play this out? We ain't had nothing like this. We ain't had no superstars, so you about to play this out, try to get their jersey in the rafters. But that's another thing, they gotta try to win. The pressure on Kyrie too, because LeBron got more than him. You know what I'm saying? And with them two not working, it says LeBron can win better than Kevin Durant. So they got to pull that off, or that's the narrative. You had the same players I had. You had the same player I had, and I still won. But you only won with these players that beat me. You know what I'm saying? So that's their narrative. But for me, Philly, I think the game need to get a reality check as far as this positionless basketball and everybody playing from outside in now. You cannot teach height. You cannot teach size. That's something you just got to have. So Embiid so dominant down there in the paint. If James Harden just become 25-point James Harden, he ain't even got to be 50-point James Harden. 25-point James Harden, he unstoppable. That's an unstoppable duo, especially if they play inside out, because he could just keep kicking it the Shaq and Kobe way. The same way they play, they can pull that off right now with the talent they got.
That far.
I'm not saying they are them, but I'm talking about that scheme. I'm just talking about that scheme, the way they played it for both of them to get their 35 and 30, or freaking 27, 28 together. You know what I'm saying? If your top two players can get you freaking 60 points, then it's not that hard to win the game. So I think that's going to be the best matchup. Now, as far as with the Bucks, Giannis too little, even though he ain't little. But Embiid is just a monster. He's Shaq-like, and it's time for him. His narrative is you just as big as Shaq, but did nothing like him. You know, people not having that. You know, and that's another thing. People's legacies is on the line this year, so people got to really step it up for us being hungry. And if Brooklyn not hungry enough to get it, I don't think nobody gonna beat Philly because Embiid he got the right attitude. His attitude is about I want to dominate attitude. I'm abuse you. I want to win. It's a must have. James Harden so lackadaisical. I don't know how that's gonna keep working for so long because he gotta want it too because he easy to let somebody else take the fall. Look at him in the playoffs. He plays so terrible.
So, and that's why I didn't pick Philly because I can't base regular season James or and carry that because regular season James and playoff James is two different James. So I got to see him become a different James in the playoffs first before I can believe in him because it's been the same thing. It's just been the same thing every year. We get fucking sliders up James Harden. You seen some of them threes he hit? I'm talking in his face. And then we get to the regular playoffs and he 17 points. Remember that series against San Antonio? Against San Antonio, he couldn't buy a basket. That big contract he got from Adidas, and he couldn't buy a basket, man. And it was horrible. So you going out on a limb because I don't trust James when it matters.
It's not that I trust James. I trust the mentality of Embiid. You know what I'm saying? He got that we must win mentality. And you got to think about everybody James Harden didn't play with throughout his career, been his bestie or his number twos. He ain't really had to take his step back or give some of his balls up because he was always the number one with those guys, or he was always one of the top options. Everybody know who the top option is in Philly, and he demanded. So James don't want that problem.
What's the PPG for James this year?
I think he could be around 25, 23 points a game.
23, 25?
Yeah. Embiid probably
going to
start
seeing 18, 19. When you see 18, 19, it's time to panic.
Because you got to remember, he is a great passer. He James Harden, he know how to get people open. And Embiid, he got the versatility to step away from the basket. But he can step away from the basket and take two steps and right back at it. So
I'm gonna tell you that's gonna be an exciting round if we get to Philly, Milwaukee.
It is.
We somehow get that round, that'll be an exciting round. Even better if it's the Eastern Conference Finals. When you got the finals on the line, you really gonna get it. So
you basically gonna figure out who the most dominant big man in the league is that game. If it's Eastern Conference Finals, but hey, we got them Brooklyn legacies out there.
So where you got Milwaukee at? Because you got Brooklyn
probably third in the East.
Philly,
probably third in the East. Third. Yeah, and that's over Brooklyn. No, they probably number two because I have Philly, Milwaukee, then Brooklyn because they got really dramatistical attitudes. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving still think the earth flat type shit, you know. So, and then Kevin Durant, if anybody just look at him different, he mad and tweeting about him on the dummy account. Like, dude, all we had to do is talk about it like grown man. What's wrong? Like, but
don't forget Ben over there.
Oh yeah, Ben Simmons. Yeah, I forgot that he was there. But is he gonna play? Is his mind right? Because what he like in this 6th year in the league now, and then he had all this time to improve, all this time to get healthy. If you ain't worked on the jumper when you couldn't do nothing else, something wrong. You give anybody a year to work on a freaking jumper, they're gonna be able to shoot.
Yeah, especially a professional.
Yeah, and this is your actual profession. It's no excuse.
Now let's go head out west. Now for me, the
We
West
already know.
is too different. The West depends on me. Let's get to the top teams first. So the top teams in the West, no specific. The top teams: the Warriors, the Suns, the Clippers, Nuggets, and we got the Mavericks to round out the top five. So again, it all depends on certain stuff. Here we go. I'm gonna say my pick first before I get to what it depends on. And I hate to say it, I like the Clippers. I like the Clippers out west. I just
I
and
understand.
everything is based off staying healthy. So we making these picks with the mindset that and we hope that everybody stay healthy, throughout
Yeah,
the direction of the season and the
it's better
playoff.
for the game.
Yeah, so I believe if the Clippers can stay healthy, I believe that they going to come out west. Now, again, we already know what Clay, Draymond, and Steph stand for. So you can never count the Warriors out. You know what I'm saying? You can never count them out. But I just believe in the beginning, I don't believe they gonna be like in the thick of things. Like I can see Warriors like four or five seed just going in. So I can see like
Oh,
the
disrespect.
no, that ain't disrespectful. They don't
That's
because
definitely disrespect.
again, but tell you why it's not. Because the Warriors don't trip up off. I don't think they trip off seeding. They just want to get to the dance. And once we in the dance, now we about to show
Yeah,
you
because
who the best dancer
yeah,
is.
we can do whatever.
Yeah. So I don't really think they because when you look at it, top teams be getting bounced early.
Yeah,
Or out west. You know what I'm saying? You won't be.
other teams be hungry. That's because when you get to the playoffs, you say now you got that mindset if we got a chance.
You look up.
And then if everybody believe in that and go all in, they do have a chance. But ain't nobody
You
fucking the
look.
Warriors.
You look up Utah third in the West. You know what I'm saying? You will
Mm-hmm.
see that. You will
Yeah.
see that. But so that's why I can see the Warriors just doing just enough to get to the dance. And then once they in the dance, now you get the full dubs. And said this one they at the best. So, you can never count them out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just making it seem like the Clippers is just a clear cut. But if that's the Western Conference Finals, that's gonna be something. If we can get Warriors, Clippers, Bucks,
I,
Sixers,
I do want to see them win against a defensive team because everybody when they play the Warriors, they try to go shot for shot with them, and the chances of you successfully doing that is zero.
right?
But
That's
playing
the
against
stupid
defensive
thing.
teams like that with the Clippers, that'd be a good watch to see offense go against defense.
Now,
But my
here's
narrative
my
with the Warriors is different.
hold on. Let me give you my butt.
Okay.
But if this trade from Indiana go through, all bets is off. The Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers. I got LA coming out west. So as of right now, I like the Warriors and the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals. But if I hold the right, I reserve the right to switch my pick. If this Indy trade go through and we get Buddy Hield
Mm-hmm.
and Miles Turner and you mixed in with AD and Brian and Schroeder, I call Schroeder mini Rondo. I like nigga, Schroeder nice. What did you make your list for? Schroeder nice.
I'm thinking about this whack scenario. Nobody about to make no trade for no
Bro,
draft picks. It's 7 years away.
we in talks. The reason why this pick hasn't went through is because the Lakers is not willing to give up them draft picks that's 7 years away. They valuable. Indiana want them. Indiana don't want Russ, but they say we'll take Russ, but you got to add in them 2 draft picks.
And the
And the
Lakers
Lakers,
technically only didn't drafted one player that was good.
that's all
The
right.
other person they got on draft day. So
It ain't
they
how
don't
your
need them damn
journey
picks. They just
start.
trade for the best player in the league.
It's not how
And
your journey start. It's how your journey ends, man. How it ends, man. You
are,
can't.
are you done
It's
with that Lakers stuff so I can tell you the truth?
no. I'm just saying that ain't the truth. That shit you about to spill is lies. I'm just saying. So I like the Clippers out west, but if this Indy trade, because it's heating up, talks is heating up, and I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
delirious Laker fan. Talks is heating up. If this
Okay.
trade is successful, it's gonna be scary for it's gonna be scary for the NBA. They picked a perfect month around the perfect time because the season kick off around Halloween. It's gonna be scary. But as of right now, we 7th, 8th probably. And you know what I'm saying? But I like the Clippers out west though. Who you got coming out west? Utah?
Not at all. It's the Warriors, of course. I think the Warriors going to win it all. I think the Western Conference Final was probably going to be depending on the seeding because they need to reseed sometimes because we be having round 2 matchups that should be the finals, the semi-conference finals. And so I believe they should do that just for the TV rates and just for our excitement, 'cause especially when a great team get beat, like LeBron when he got beat by Orlando. We wanted Kobe versus LeBron. The world wanted to see that the commercials was already made, you know. But
Nike had the ads already ready.
yeah,
The ads ready.
Kobe just like, thanks, I appreciate this easy one. But
Easy. 5 and 5.
not even working hard, just. But anyway, but I think with I think we can go for it all though. I think they want to beat the Bulls record because they didn't do it. They want to do it without Kevin Durant again. So they want that top record with a championship. And then with our rotation with Wiseman coming back, Poole, Moody, Looney, it's our rotation so sick now. It's almost as good as when we had Sean Livingston in them. But we got a nice squad, man. I'm telling you, like Steph and Clay really ain't got to be on the field that much. Not on the field, but on the court that much for us to have to be successful. So I hope they go for it all, the most wins, and get a ring back to back again. Because it's just the way.
You saying the Dubs about to have a they going for best record?
Yeah. Because that's on their legacy that they didn't get it. They came up short. Only way to beat coming up short is to do it with the ring.
It sticks still. They putting 2 things together.
But everybody always gonna say that they win it all.
Yeah, but it still remains. They still got the best regular season record ever.
But they can never be considered as the best team because the Bulls won the championship.
Yeah. You never count the Dubs out, man. I never count the Dubs.
They got that cocky attitude to where I just see them wanting to get that.
All right, man. So let's talk about who wins it all, man. Now, for me, again, like I said, if Chris Middleton come back,
talk about my other teams on the West, but that's cool.
You got other teams. We talking about one team.
Talking about the East and the West.
The Dubs was your West team, right?
Yeah, but can I give you who they playing with against in the finals, semifinals, though?
In the semis or the Western Conference Finals?
I mean the Western Conference Finals.
Okay, go ahead.
Dang. Excuse us, y'all. I'm working on a new host at this moment. But anyway, I think they probably gonna play the Lakers in the Western Conference Final. That's probably the best matchup for the league is either LeBron going through Steph or Steph going through LeBron to the finals. That's the best narrative. It works out for everybody. So
I don't
that's
think a narrative push Lakers to the Western Conference Finals. That's a bad team right now.
so
We are a bad
you don't
team right
think
now,
the league or the leagues talking about all of them want narrative?
bro. It's only certain. It's only.
Listen, the Lakers, if they close, they gonna win. The league can make it that way. I know better. The same way the Patriots won the same year 9/11 happened. It was the beginning of a dynasty.
Let's say, for example, I want to use a good example. Let's say, for example, who a horrible team? Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns, or
Hmm.
Cavaliers, either or. We gonna say Cavaliers. Let's say, because I know the owner, not personally, but I know who he is. Let's say Dan Gilbert was able. It was a huge bomb that was go blow up half the United States, and Dan Gilbert was
Now
able
you got the
to.
opinions on our podcast.
This is a scenario, and Dan Gilbert was able to defuse the bomb. So now he a national hero. You think they could push a narrative that let's let Cleveland win because Dan Gilbert just saved the country
It's not letting them win. Is if they close, give it to them.
again with that roster?
The late game fouls, all that kind of stuff. So
With that roster,
yeah,
hey, it's yours. That's crazy. You believe my team more than I do, but hey, I just with that roster,
okay,
I, I
but
just I just don't see it.
I'm gonna give
But
you the.
that-
Um,
you say what?
well, I'm gonna give you. I'm glad you wanted to debate that because I've got another narrative for you to go the opposite way. Kobe died. COVID happened. The best team to win was the Lakers, and who won?
First, don't do that. We
They
before
played in the dome. Played in the
before.
dome.
Mhm.
Offset the season right after Kobe passed. COVID. So they offset the season, go play in the dome to get everybody back interested and everybody wanting or something to cheer for. They wanted the Lakers to win it for Kobe.
Now, I'm gonna poke two holes in your theory. First hole is your theory would be more credible, but the Lakers was in basket the best team in basketball pre-Kobe death and pre-COVID. So it would be different if Kobe death and COVID in the bubble turned the Lakers seasons around. No, we was already on the trajectory. We was already the best team in basketball. Two, we got an easy
If they
ring because
close, let
we got an easy ring because Giannis and them didn't hold up their end of the bargain and let Miami upset them. So at some point, when the upsets happen, at some point the Cinderella team gonna meet a juggernaut, and all juggernaut they not go. You know what I'm saying? All juggernaut at some point the juggernaut goes, "Hey, I'm better than you. You've been beating other teams that they was better than you, but not us." And so it's the same scenario with LeBron and Orlando. He didn't hold up his end of the bargain,
okay.
which led to Cole getting the easy ring. So Milwaukee was the best the top team in the East. They let Miami upset them. So that's not Bron and the Lakers' fault that we get an easy ring because somebody else let a team lesser than them upset them. So now we get a lesser team instead of a team that's of our caliber. So your narrative, I don't see that as the league pushing it.
Okay, so Tom Brady winning in Tampa Bay when he go to Tampa Bay. That you don't think that was narrative?
Was Tampa Bay not one quarterback away from Super Bowl?
If they close, let them have it.
Was
The
Tampa
Rams winning in LA this year.
was Matthew Stafford not a great upgrade from Jared Goff? I mean, not Jared. Yeah, Jared Goff. I mean, you got to make it make sense.
I did make
And
it
they
make
added,
sense, but
and they added Odell, and Cooper had a historic year. You got to add all these in on why they won the Super Bowl. They had a triple crown receiver. They added Odell, who is truthfully a number one, but you got
yeah,
him
he
at number
was.
two. You got him at number. You upgrade because Matthew Stafford is definitely an upgrade from Jared Goff. So I mean, and then the defense, you got Vaughn and Aaron over there and Jalen. They
If they
supposed to won.
close, let them have it. But that's all I got to say about that.
Was LA not the best team? The best
No,
team won. The best team won.
they was a good team, but they wasn't the best team. No,
Bro,
they
bro,
wasn't at all.
look at them levels on defense on all three levels.
I know Pro Bowlers everywhere.
Aaron, Vaughn, you're not.
They
You're not
got
gonna
Pro
win.
Bowlers. Well, they still too young now, but they got Pro Bowlers and Hall of Famers out was on the field all at one time.
Yeah, so nah, I don't like the narrative. But let's get to who win it all, though. So for me, again, like I said, if Chris Middleton come back as regular Chris Middleton, I like the Bucks over the Clippers in 6. Giannis Finals MVP. But if Chris Middleton come back and he ain't the same, I like the Nets over the Clippers in 6. Rant MVP. But if that Indy trade go through, I like Lakers over the Nets and 7.
So since the passing of Kareem and they having a better team and it's a better narrative for the league, the Lakers will probably go to the finals.
That's so disrespectful.
Okay. But in all actuality, the Warriors supposed to go, and they will go to back, probably have the best record in the league, going for the championship for history. And then we're going to beat the Philadelphia 76ers because James Harden going to play good the whole playoffs.
And wait till the
And then he
finals
gonna go to the finals and remember how you play in the playoffs.
and flame out.
Yep. But Embiid getting there, having that taste is gonna make it better for him. He needs to get that taste. Shaquille got that taste and he couldn't get it out of his mouth. That's why he started ring chasing at the end. It just wasn't working for him.
So you like Dubs and what?
Oh, it's gonna be a sweep.
Damn, you don't think Embiid them gonna put off at least one?
No, because James Harden gonna fuck up from the beginning.
Okay.
Embiid can't do it by himself, especially when you got these guys pulling up from 25, 30 feet.
And once he have that first bad game and the media get to killing him,
his psyche go down.
Because they go kill him. Because you remember they tried to create this narrative that James Harden had put on all this weight. Remember that? He was
Dude
fat.
had a fat suit on.
How? That was just an angle, bro. That was a bad angle. It's no way they got that picture of him fat as hell. Then he showed up to the next game slim. Like, no, it was just an angle that they made.
Probably had on one of them little workout weights, you know. But he did look fat as hell. I saw that angle.
It was just a bad angle, man. But that's cool. But either way, I hope the players stay healthy because we have a good enough teams. Because the league wide open.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of good teams, and the only thing will stop them is injuries.
Right, and that's what we don't want. Because, you know, if injuries come, the Warriors going to smell blood, and they going to take advantage of that.
Well, you know, half the league go to the damn playoffs anyway, so it ain't that damn hard.
Yeah, but it's that second in the conference. It's the conference finals really when the playoffs really matter.
Yeah, and then one thing I think, you know what I think that really be hurting a lot of players is that regular season, every game count. But in the playoffs, it get to that. What have you done for me tonight?
Right.
So
Because you can
you could
have
have been the
you
lead.
can
Yeah,
go
the lead.
you can go on a 2-3 game slump in a regular season.
Yeah,
You
but
can,
in the playoffs, you get bounced.
you can't go on a 2-game slump. You can't have no slumps
It's
because
every
your
game.
slump is the difference between elimination and advancing.
Yeah,
Because you look back, y'all done lost a 4-2, but that one
yeah.
game y'all could have had, but that was the game you was
You
off.
or that one bad game cost you home court. Now the tide switch. So
But yeah, either
yeah,
way though, man, this gonna be it. This hopefully everybody can stay injury free, and hopefully this trade with Indy can go through so I can at least have something to cheer for. So it's gonna be exciting to see, man. Before we move on, we want to give another shout out to our sponsor, High Eye Clothing. This episode, like all episodes, is brought to you by High Eye Clothing. You can go reach them on higheyeclothing.com. Everything you need weed, except the weed, all paraphernalia, grinders, torches, rolling trays, everything you need weed, nice t-shirts, ski masks, full of merch, bathing suits. It's all type of stuff, man. Just go check them out. higheyeclothing.com. And when you stop over there, tell them that the TAC podcast sent you. There's no link. There's no link in the description. Just tell them we sent you. Just tell them we say hi and relay the message back. We go get one you mentioned. We gonna get a promo code. We gonna get a promo code.
promo
Um,
cuz.
yeah, man. Let's talk a little college, man. We ain't gotta stay on it long, man. Let's just talk a little college, man. Cause while the pros in full swing, man, the people on Saturday is the people we gonna be watching on Sunday pretty soon, man. So
Yeah,
before we get into it, let me say this. I used to be a really, really big college football fan.
yeah. I used to too.
And at some point, I just stopped. Like I used to look forward to the entire weekend, Saturday and Sunday was
Hmm.
just, you know what I'm saying, a treat for me. And I don't know, is it because we grown and it's Saturday, so we're on the move?
It's because you got shit to do. Yeah, you just can't just sit at home and watch TV no more.
But that's a weekend though. Because I make time for, like, I make sure I was off for Sundays
Hmm.
out of all days. No, I'm during this time. Now, outside of outside the NFL, the football season, I wouldn't mind working Sundays. But during the NFL season, I need Sunday off. And it's like I really don't too much really. I adapt, at college, but I'm not as big of a college fan as I used to. But
Hmm.
as college start off, man, I'm gonna get into the top 10. Top 10 right now as we speak.
Okay.
Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, Michigan, USC, Clemson, Tennessee, Oklahoma State, Penn State, and Kentucky. So it's not a traditional, top 10. It's, you usually don't see, you know, Kentucky in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
But the best part, let me tell you the best part about the top four.
What's that?
Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, and Michigan. At some point during the season, they got to see each other.
Hmm. Because
And
who I don't know what they was doing, but they all had the weak teams they just played. Because Georgia played Kent, Ohio State played Wisconsin, and Michigan played freaking Maryland.
well,
That that Alabama played Vandy.
in college though, you can pick your schedule. It's no
Yeah,
it's no schedule release. What team was this? Man, I wish I could think. I
it's
want to
like a
say
bye
some.
week. It's like a practice week for them
I want to
last.
say Savannah State. One year, it was more of a financial gain for the institution And so when you cancel a game, it's a fine, it's a fee, it's a fine for
Mm-hmm.
canceling the game. But to play Alabama, they make so much more money playing Alabama that it was enough to cover that and for the school to steal game. So, these little schools, they know, hey, we about to go get the crap kicked out of us, but the university up 2 million now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you see a lot of these games, what I'm saying, at the beginning.
Because they get to fill them stadiums up quick.
Yeah, yeah. And so, but I like that the top four have to see each other. Because you can have some top teams and they don't even play each other throughout the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
So the best part about that is this top 10 ranking it's gonna mix up because Bama go see Georgia
You
eventually.
can go
And
drop each other down. It
yeah,
really look.
and
It really helped Clemson and USC
yeah,
and Tennessee because they are 4-0 and they don't have to. They don't. They schedules ain't like that.
I'm not sure Bama's schedule, but I know Tennessee and Kentucky, that's SEC.
Mm-hmm.
So between Bama and Georgia, they gonna have to see one of them too as well.
Yeah, but going into that with an L already don't help you.
Yeah, it don't help you at all. And Georgia number one team in the country, and I'm not hype over. I don't really what I'm saying, see what's the big hype about Georgia. A lot of people big on Stinson Bennett, the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He but I'm not completely sold. He 5'11", bro. He,
See,
and when you put it into perspective, everybody on Bama D line is at least 6'3". There's some 6'5s over there too, but they at least 6'3". So
yeah, the
they
NFL
pushing
factor.
them, they
Yeah.
pushing them, but I don't see I don't really see what's the hype right now. So but these be one of the this is one of the times where you see a team be riding high and hey, oh, you see them, and then go to Bama and they be 42-6. You be
Yeah,
like,
because out of the top 10, the top 8 is undefeated. Well, 4-0 rather. So, well, the top it's 9 of them that's undefeated. 4-0, and then you got Oklahoma State. They undefeated with 3-0. But I like Michigan being there because I'm from Michigan, so that's really a great narrative for me. But it's probably gonna be in the for the championship, Ohio State, Alabama.
that's what I got for the championship too. Now here's my thing with Michigan. Every year,
Mm-hmm.
Michigan go lose that one game that they had no business losing. It's every
They do.
year.
They do
Every
it. It's
year.
usually to Ohio State.
No, 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 no. They have business losing to Ohio State. Minus Ohio State. They go play somebody like Rutgers or something
Oh,
like
like
that.
when they play one of them Notre Dame games or some shit like
They
that.
go lose against a team. Let's look at Michigan's schedule. I wonder if they have any against any primetime games before they see Ohio State, because truthfully, Michigan probably go get bounced before that,
Mm-hmm.
before they see Ohio State. Let's look at Michigan's schedule right now. So they got Indiana coming up. Okay, so they got Penn State, and then they play State. That's the game when they play State.
Mm-hmm.
That probably be the game. Um,
I wish the
yeah,
teams would just look out for each other. Like we from the same state. Let's go get this.
Um, yeah, because as always, Ohio State is the last game on the season. I hate that they do that, man.
Yeah.
Michigan managed to keep doing that. I miss the Lloyd Carr days
Mm-hmm.
when that Michigan Ohio State game had champion BCS implications.
Yeah.
They seeing each other week 5, 1-2. 1-2 meeting up week 5.
Yeah.
So
Dropping the other one out the damn conversation. But the seeding, they can get one of them. You could take a loss and get back up there, but you
now
can't take
are
a loss at the end of the season and expect to go to the championship. I mean, because they not. I don't understand why early season losses don't matter as much as late season.
Hey, listen, my entire life trying to figure out college football will drive you mad. And just when I was figuring out the BCS, they took it out.
Mm-hmm.
And so to because college is so weird. It's gotten better over the year. Because I remember in them early days of me watching college football, if let's say Bama won, Clemson 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say Florida 3 and they play Notre Dame. No, say Florida 10 and they play Notre Dame that was 3, right? Now, Bama beat Clemson and Clemson to drop down like 2 spots. But Florida beat a 2 team and they'll move up 1 spot. Or it was like if you beat a team, you can lose, you can drop down if you win, but you didn't beat this team by with a
A certain
reason
amount of points. Yeah.
a certain amount of points. Like, but this team can lose and go down 1 spot, but I can win and go down 1 spot because I didn't win how y'all think I should have won. Like,
Yeah.
it was crazy though. Because again, like who'd you say? It's some people with 1 losses now in the top 10, right?
Not
So
everybody undefeated.
in the top 10,
Yeah.
but see, you will get later on in the season. Like again, watch Ohio State. I mean, like Georgia when they lose to
Mm-hmm.
Bama, they probably still only go drop to like 4, 5, 5.
Yeah.
And so you had
But
Georgia
let
at
but let
5.
Oklahoma State beat Clemson at 5. Now they number 3.
You had right. You see what I'm saying? And so that's and college football has just always been confusing to me because it's like even though Georgia lost, that loss was greater from a greater team than who you won, who you
Yeah.
beat. So it's like, what?
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
why
but
Michigan used to always have Appalachian State on there
except for that, remember that one year?
when the Deshaun Jackson made them pay.
Remember that one year where Appalachian State had beat Michigan?
Yeah.
But
That's what got Deshaun Jackson drafted.
that was Deshaun Jackson with the Appalachian State.
Yeah, that's what that. Yeah, that's how they got him.
Damn, I don't. Damn, that blew me away. I don't know why I thought Deshaun Jackson went to Cal. That's crazy. But yeah. As far as you though, I got Ohio State and Bama, and of course we got Bama taking again. You know, Saint Nick go had them boys ready, and Bryce Young look good so far. Bama quarterback, he
Mm-hmm.
look he look good so far too. So um, it's the same thing for me.
It's
College,
basically the same team damn near every fucking year, really.
and
You know?
and my theory on that, college is based off coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Players pick the coaches, and again, what support my theory is if you look at my team, Florida Gators. When we had Urban Meyer, it was ridiculous. As soon as he left, we ain't been nothing since. But
Mm-hmm.
when he go to Ohio State, and even though Ohio State always had a great coaching staff, even going back to the Jim Tressel days,
Yeah, so they
they
always had that money.
yes, so they always is a recruiter's destination. But it's all
And
off
you right
coaches.
about Deshaun too.
What
He did want to go to Cal,
he
University of
went to Cal?
California. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I thought Deshaun went to Cal.
It was a
Uh,
player that worked out in that game, and they got drafted because of it.
was no? Who was Deshaun quarterback at Cal?
Shit, I don't know. I ain't never watched Cal games.
I did. That's where Aaron
It's
Rodgers went
definitely
from.
shocking to see the USC in the top 10. They number
That's
6.
because Bush and Matt Leinart back. Yeah, but again, that's the last time they've been like this. So that's most definitely a shocking to see. And then like the Pac-12 ain't no power. It's a power division, but the Pac-12, the
Ain't
Pac-12
nobody
is the
take
Pac.
that shit serious. Yeah.
Nah. The Pac-12 is the Pac-12. So I, it's only a matter of time before they up out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's early, so it's only a matter of time before they up out of there, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna watch a little bit of the college, a little more. Now that we're doing the show, I'm gonna watch a little
Mm-hmm.
more.
I
Dib and
don't put
Dab.
it on my schedule.
Oh no, I got if I can. I'll check I'll probably if somebody do the college recap, like a college recap on
Mhm.
YouTube. So
Okay.
I probably just catch the college recap, look at the scores. My Gators got they up out of there quick. They was riding high in the beginning, but in college, one loss and you on thin ice. 2, you out of there.
Yeah.
So 2 L's, you out of there in college. So we
Real
already there.
quick.
We can get one of these little low level bowl games. I'll be cool.
Should everybody had a little bowl game this week? Well, I'm talking no, not a low level bowl game, but
It's a
had
low
a low
level
rank.
opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
See,
gets
that would
real though.
aggravate. It would aggravate me being a fan for us to play games like that
No,
because it's
blowout
like
games was
it's
fun.
taking a shortcut.
You don't like blowout games?
So no. I don't want to just sit and get drunk or those games.
A blowout game is fun live. I never
You
been to
there?
one, but
Oh,
yeah, I can hear you. A blowout game is fun live. I never been to one, but I can imagine blowout second, third quarter of the game already over. You just talking shit, drinking beers. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted
can-
the
I
game to be hype.
All right, man. Well, we about to move on from Saturday. Let's get back to Sunday, man. Who you
Why you
who
ain't put
you
my graphic back?
you want me to flip the graphics back to football?
Yeah. I want to look. I want to look right.
We go back to football. Again, if you just listening to us on Amazon Music and Apple Podcasts and Spotify, you're gonna miss the graphic flip. We back to the NFL graphics. Let's talk about week 4, man. It's a little preview, man. You can go first on this one, man. Is it a game that you is it a game or a player that you particularly looking forward to for week 4?
Well, due to all the stress, you already know I'm looking for a week 4 Raider win. But Tua versus the Bengals. I think we get that tonight. No, tomorrow. Tomorrow. So we definitely gonna see if he legit for real. I know 168 yards passing, definitely not gonna cut it. But we definitely gonna get to check him out to see if he for real. We play the Broncos. We need this W because oh my goodness, sometimes I just get lost. Sometimes I just get lost. Yeah,
It's bad.
but you got a nice division to win that I want to see. Tennessee versus the Colts, just because our little rivalry. What and then what? The Colts and Green Bay. I mean, New England, Green Bay. See if Aaron Rodgers for real or he just it's that year for him. What game you looking forward to?
Okay, the game I'm looking forward
It's
to.
pretty basic in matchups this year. Well, Tom Brady do play
KC.
KC, yeah.
Yeah. The game I'm looking forward to is that Jacksonville Philly game
Okay.
because Trevor Lawrence hot and Philly undefeated. So something's got to give. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And Jalen Hurts, you know what I'm saying? He fourth in passing, and he going up against the secondary that's ranked 21st. So is he about to have a field day, or is Jacksonville gonna step it up again, because that win against the Chargers was impressive. So, and
Yeah.
again, I'm not sold on Philly just yet. Let me see a little more first. You know what I'm saying? But I think I'm picking Jacksonville to win this game. Believe it or not, I think.
Okay.
But I kind of won't. I'm torn. I'm
Mm-hmm.
torn. I I will be cool. I would be happy. I hope Philly win. I hope Philly win. I kind of wanted them to lose because I wanted to fuck with my cousin Nick. What up, Nick? But I hope I want Philly to win because Jacksonville in our division and they beat us.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Jacksonville gonna beat Philly though. I'm going 27-24. It's gonna be a close one.
Well,
And go ahead.
San Francisco, the Rams, that's a game to watch because of the quarterback situation in San Francisco. And then the Rams is just a exciting team to watch right now. I mean, things Cooper Cup and Matthew Stafford doing together. That's going to be a fun game to watch on a Monday night. And then San Francisco 49ers, is if they still a playoff team or not with switching quarterbacks and everything.
Jimmy G era back on
Mhm.
track.
So he got to make a statement to show like, hey, I'm here. This what
Yeah.
good thing y'all kept me.
Yeah.
But I got the 49ers winning.
You think you think Jimmy G gonna have a good game, or you think that defense gonna step up?
He just got something to prove
Okay. Yeah, he do, cause he do. He want what
because
better way?
he already lost his job, got it back through injury, but
Basically
he still want
default.
the money. Yeah, so he still want to get paid when he leave there. He still got to show he a valuable option. And playing against the Super Bowl champions, there's no better way, especially since their team didn't change that much.
And I know he probably want to rub it in their face, like y'all gave up
Hmm.
on me.
Yeah,
Um, the player I'm looking forward to seeing the most, GOAT. I want to see Tom Brady this week because this game against KC is an interesting game.
do
First,
you want to
Mike come
see
back.
Tom Brady, or do you want to see Tom Brady be Tom Brady?
I want to see GOAT be GOAT.
Okay, because he ain't been showing. He been game managing these
Yeah,
3 weeks.
but I this a different. This game against KC is unique
Hmm.
because both of them coming off an L.
Yeah,
So I know neither one of them want to be a team that's coming off back-to-back L's.
hmm
And the fact of the matter is, the reality of the situation is that's one of them teams' reality. One of them teams gonna have to deal with the fact that we just came off back-to-back L's.
yeah,
And so I know that it's gonna be a dogfight. I
yeah.
just think it's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
a
a shootout.
dogfight.
But they both can get into that mood to where they just trying not to make the mistake, and we have a game like last time.
So I like, and then Mike Evans back. Shout out to my fantasy team, man. Stark Enterprises, man. We
Hmm.
we got the dub. We see you week 5. We be ready for you week 5. We be ready for y'all week 5.
I
But
think this the first time they played each other since the Super Bowl, right?
I I think you might be right.
Yeah,
I
so
think
Pat got something to prove.
yeah. I'm going 30-21. I'm going 31-21 KC though. I
Because
want to
last
see
time
Brady, but I think Pat gonna win.
it was 31-9 last time, so you better
What's your
hope Brady don't go crazy. But for that game, for that game, just because the way Brady been playing, I think the Chiefs gonna
shit?
win.
It was 30-9 last.
Yeah,
Shit. And that's how Tom be like Alabama. You
yeah,
a team coming at me riding high. Y'all
Remember who I am.
They was just blowing people out the last few weeks. It was like,
Yeah. I guess it was, the NFL did that trying to push him as the face. He's like, no, I'm still here. Let me show y'all.
And then we get 2 top tier quarterbacks facing off. So that's always what I'm saying, something great to see.
And Pat Mahomes still on pace to become the GOAT rather. So it means a lot. Them Brady losses hurt this conversation, especially when he got one in the Super Bowl already.
And Brady about to retire, so you ain't gonna get an opportunity to get your get backs once he gone.
Yeah,
you fuck around and you 1-4 against Brady, and you can never get back. See, remember Peyton righting his wrongs in the end, and he actually ended up with a winning record against Brady.
Yeah,
that's because he took advantage of them Denver years. Remember them top defenses?
Yeah, that's them sick ass teams. Yeah. When they actually got real linebackers and not 7 DBs.
Yeah, because he even clapped Brady in the playoffs. So it was.
That's what helped. Yeah, that really helped Peyton because he went to the Super Bowl through Brady. So
and see, that was always my argument. Really, when you get to determine it, you got Peyton was going against a top 5 defense, and then you got Brady going against 26, 27.
Mm-hmm.
It's going, you know what I'm saying? The outcome of that is going to be, it's go lean in Brady's favor because of a top defense. You look at when he faced the Giants was 1-3 in defense the 2 years. So, you know what I'm saying? Defense win championships, man. But week 4, about to be excited, man. I know you watching y'all. You go hop around, or you just gonna be glued in on y'all?
I'm gonna be glued in on ours because I need to know every mistake. So next week I'm calling for jobs. I'm giving down statistics, everything. No, they got to get this shit together.
I'm gonna hop around. Like I told you on the phone. This is my first time ever being able to do this, so I'm gonna hop around. Watch it. Last week I hopped around. I watched quarter by quarter. I'm actually mad too that I hopped around because I missed the Colts winning. I watched that first quarter, and then I watched some Raider games. The Raider game. I had watched that Vikings. Stopped in on the Vikings and the Lions. I had just hopped around. So week 4 though, man. This is week 4. It's that first quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That first quarter. And that's when teams start molding and your identity starts showing. But man, it's gonna be a good thing, man. But since this was our NBA edition episode, and we did our NBA preview, in good spirit, we thought it'd be fun to discuss our top 10. So you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Well, I'll name mine off first, and then you can go, and then we can argue against each other.
All right, so we go start with your top 10 first. So here go your top 10, man. So
I got Michael Jordan number 1, Kobe Bryant number 2, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Shaq at 5, Steph Curry at 6, Bird at 7, Bill Russell at 8, Tim Duncan at 9, and Hakeem Olajuwon at 10.
And that's your 10, and you sticking with it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I don't have Olajuwon in my 10.
But disrespectful.
I don't have Larry Bird in my top 10.
Ooh.
And so that's one thing. Another thing I'm gonna say about your top 10, I think you got Tim way too low. I think you got Steph way too high, and I think you got LeBron way too high. And I think you got Magic too low, and you don't have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at all.
He just not in my top 10.
You got Hakeem Olajuwon, but you don't got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Well, you can interchange him because he number 11.
That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. I will argue, Mike.
The errors, listen, the errors is different, man. I mean,
But you talking 6 rings, 6 MVPs.
he could be number 1 on the list. Technically, but it's just my top all time. Those are the people I would pick.
And now I'm about to ask you this question, and I'm about to see if you about to be, because clearly you feel this way. You got them ranked higher, but I just want to hear it out your mouth. Are you telling me out your mouth that Larry Bird is better than Tim Duncan?
Yes. Larry Bird was a face of the league. Tim Duncan was never the face of the league, even with 5 rings.
That the face has nothing to do with the numbers and the hardware. Hakeem was never the face of the league.
Robert Horry, what?
Hakeem was never the face of the league.
List?
Huh?
He was when Jordan was gone.
No.
I remember he had the Elijah Wan shoe at Payless and everything. No, don't come on my home dog like that, man.
See, and this is where people go where they always want to bring Robert Horry in because he has 7 rings. No. Yes, he has 7 rings, but it's a criteria. You have to have the rings and the numbers. So yes, Robert Horry has and have been that guy. Well, if you have the numbers, you was that guy.
He earned every championship he got, though.
And I won't dispute that. But was he ever the guy?
No, he was the guy in the right time.
Right. Robert Horry did his job. He did his job. So he was a role player. And again, he just was good for that shot. I'm not taking enough from Big Shot Bob. I love Big Shot Bob. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He a Laker. He a Laker to me. I don't care if you want to consider him a Spur or a Rocket. He a Laker to me. But I'm not taking nothing from Bob. I'm just saying he was never a superstar ever in his career. Mm-hmm. So he can't. So just because he was on the team that has 7 rings, look how many rings James Jones got. So we know about this. Oh, just because James Jones got he got 3. So he got 3. But he was just on the team with LeBron. So I won't. And Elijah was never the face. Even when Mike left, Mike was still the face because people wanted him back. But
he got his defensive MVPs of the league.
Yeah.
With defensive player of the year, 2 rings. He was the leader of the team. He did never have any help.
He had good role players. Don't do that. Robert Horry, Sam Cassell, Clyde, Kenny. He had help. Jet was shooting the blood out of that. He had help, man. So don't make it seem like it was just Elijah Wan. He had great role players. Clyde and Kenny alone.
Because that was back when it was the inside out game.
And like again, I won't take nothing from Elijah Wan. Because he beat Shaq. You know what I'm saying? I won't take nothing from Elijah Wan. I won't take nothing from Elijah Wan. You know what I'm saying? Where is I don't see oh yeah, okay, you got Shaq at 5.
He was my number 5.
Okay. That's your list, man. That's a crazy and you feel Steph is better than Tim?
Listen, after Kobe at number 2, everybody else is interchangeable.
All right.
That's serious. And Kobe almost won A1B with Jordan because he did the same thing and went to the finals more. He didn't win as much, but he went to the finals more. So he actually copycatted and got it right. He just didn't finish the job.
And I don't understand why people knock him for copying Mike, because it's easier said than done. If it was that easy, everybody would do it. So you have to give him some credit for copying.
He not only copied Mike, but he took Air Jordan and made it Mamba. So
Right.
he copied it and put his own name on it. So it ain't like it's a carbon copy because he put his own name on it. That Mamba mentality, that killer instinct. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's really hard. That was hard for me because they could be both be one, but no losses in the finals. That's different. Even though Kobe went to it 7 times.
I, at some point, I just don't think it should hold some weight, but it shouldn't be just the deciding factor.
Hmm.
Because again, we hold and so 6-0 is better than LeBron with the or with the 4-6. What ain't Brian 4-6?
Yeah,
Right. So 6-0, yeah, you didn't lose, but you only went six. Let me ask you, if you had your choice, would you take the 6-0 or the 4-6? Would you have wanted to go to the finals 6 times or 10 times?
I would want the undefeated.
You would take the undefeated.
Yeah,
See, the six shows is a smaller period than a day. You know what I'm saying? Than 10, than 10.
but Jordan 6 so special because he left for 2 years.
Yeah, and it's they both three peats.
Yeah, so it was like I retired and came back and still dominated the league. So it's got a little cockiness to it. LeBron is just like I came up short, I came up short, I came up short, I came up short. So it's
See,
different.
but to say that it's you got to put some context into him coming up short. Because again, he wasn't gonna beat that San Antonio team. That Cleveland team wasn't gonna beat that Spur team in '07. He
Yeah.
wasn't gonna beat them Warriors.
See, he
That
wasn't
them
gonna beat Kobe if he'd have beat Dwight.
what yeah, but the one the, with Rant, he wasn't gonna beat them.
He was the
So,
GM.
but you're not gonna beat Steph, Dre, Clay, Rant. As you see, the only person that did beat them was the injuries. Because
Yeah, but that's
again,
what,
they three-peat if they don't get hurt.
but if you think about it, like my top two, them two guys put together defensive teams to make sure they could win.
Yep.
I'm gonna surround myself by solid defensive players, and then I'm gonna take your guy out, and now he got to go point for point with me. Let's see
I think that's blasphemous though, to not
what.
even have Kareem on this list at all, but then turn
Well,
around and say he
it
could
was
be
just
number
truly,
one.
it was basically it was a mistake because I forgot about him, even though my middle name Kareem.
The disrespect.
But
Well,
but listen though, besides Russell, only reason why he even on here is because 11 championships. Like you can't deny that. But Kareem started playing at what 69. Wasn't nobody on his level. If you took LeBron James right now and put him in the 60s, he's going to go 20-0 in the finals. So no, the old school like the 80s, he earned them. The ones with Magic, I give him respect for those because it was actual teams and people actually his size.
but he only won. He only won. Excuse me. He only won one with Milwaukee and five. He
I know
got
I'm just talking about with the 6 rings when you said the 6 rings.
yeah. He got
But
he got Magic whole five, and then he
but
got one in
them
Milwaukee.
early players, they was not playing against the competition to where it was like it wasn't hard to do if you was just a better athlete.
All right, let's look at my top 10. So at my top 10, I got at number one a person he left out completely. I got Cap, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at one. Got Mike
Hold
at
on,
two.
before you finish it, hold on. Who did he play against?
Who? Kareem?
Yeah, name one big man that he played against and had to truly step it up.
That's not his fault. That's not his fault.
He got Bill and Chamberlain at the end of their careers when he was with Milwaukee. So
Again, is that his fault
who
though?
did he play against? It's
His
easy when
number.
it's bigger and better than every freaking body. Hakeem, look who he played against. Look who Duncan played against. You get what I'm saying? So it's not blasphemy from taking him off the list. It's just he just didn't play the quality of player that these guys had to play against.
All right. Well, I got Cap at 1. And that's 6 MVPs and 6 rings. Because that 6 MVPs is still a record within sports, in all sports within the country, all major sports. Nobody else has 6 MVPs. So that's
Put
still
me
a
at
record.
69 on any football team. I promise you. I'm getting about 3, 4, 5 rings easily at running back. Probably break the record before it's even a record. It's different talent, man. But
It
go ahead
is
with your
what it
list.
is. You got Bill on your record, on your list?
You can't. 11 is 11 in a row. Well, it ain't 11 in a row, but 11 is 11 because he got one as a coach too.
No, I'm a few of them as a coach. Like 3 as a coach.
So, but he was
But
a player
that's
coach
what-
too. He started
Yeah,
off
he
as
was
a
a player
player coach,
coach.
then he became a coach. Yeah, but that's remarkable. So that's the only reason why he in the 10.
So I got Kareem at 1, Mike at 2, and that may surprise a lot of people because Mike is a lot of people 1, or LeBron is a lot of people 1. But to me, Kareem is 1. I got Magic at 3, Kobe at 4, Brian at 5, and that rounds off my top 5, and that's damn near all Lakers. I should have been petty and put Shaq in there, but you can't leave Mike out the top 5. 2 is the lowest you can put Mike.
He's number 1,
I'm tell you.
and if
You
he
know.
ain't number 1, then it's Kobe. Come on, how is Kobe the best Laker ever out of Magic's mouth, but the second, but not even higher than him on the list?
Hey, Cole was great, but Magic probably being modest because they all great Laker greats.
Cole gave you 20.
I look at it as Cole gave me 5. Magic gave me 5. So
Cole went to the final 7 times.
Magic went 9.
That's a lot of losing.
4 times?
Yeah, he like LeBron.
That's a decade, but that's within a decade, bro.
Yeah, he was the 80s. But his rings is legit. Look who he played against.
Oh
He
yeah,
played against Elijah. He played against Michael. He played against Clyde and all them. You cannot name the people Bill Russell and Kareem played against.
but the people you said Magic played against Kareem was right there with him.
Yeah, but that's the last 10 years of his career. That first 10 years invalid.
Okay, 6 through 10. I got Timmy at 6. I got Shaq at 5. 7. I got Wilt at 8. I got Steph, who just bumped Larry Bird out. That's who bumped Larry out at 9. Steph just bumped.
How he bump out Larry?
Because Steph better than Larry. And
But
Steph
they
got
both
more
average
rings.
They both average 24 points a game. But Larry Bird is 49% for shooting, and Steph is freaking 47% for shooting.
Steph changed the game.
Yeah, that's true though. He is a game changer, literally.
And he got more rings too.
Yeah,
So
because of Magic.
Yeah, Magic made sure that Larry, them 3. Besides, oh yeah, okay. Besides Wilt, everybody else got at least 4.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Wilt, everybody else got at least
If it
4.
goes Shaq and Tim Duncan, that could be debated.
Between 6 and 7, I just think Tim was better than Shaq because Tim was more skilled than Shaq.
The thing with Shaq is Shaq did it in multiple places. Tim was
Well,
an
that's not.
assistant. You could just say he's a system player.
If you go call Tim,
I mean, it's not his
you
fault
gotta-
because he's loyal. You know what I'm saying? And he was able to stay with the same team his whole career. But
if you
to be
call
able to do it in 3 different places as far as go to the finals, that's an achievement.
if you call Tim a system player, you got to call Brady a system player. And I know you don't think Brady a system player,
He proved it in Tampa.
but that's
He,
not Tim fault. See, again though, he had a great team in Tampa too, so
and,
he was the system.
and Tim had a great team every championship he won. Remember the
Yeah,
first one
but
was with the Admiral.
I just Tim was more skilled than Shaq, and I don't want to be cliche. But when Tim went to the free throw line, you didn't really have to worry. When Shaq went to the free throw line, you had to work. Tim had a 10-footer, a bank shot. He's known for a bank shot. Shaq was just gonna overpower you. Tim had moves, so I'm gonna give Tim the edge, and he got 5 rings. So whenever
I
I'm
mean,
debating,
you go that ring is the final count.
yeah, when I'm debating greats, like
So why Bill
okay,
Russell ain't number one on your list?
no. The
Because he
ring is
played 12 teams.
the ring. The ring is like a tiebreaker. It's not the only thing that matters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like again, Shaq and Tim, you can go either way. So I was like, okay, but Tim got more rings. Steph bumped out Bird for me. Steph bumped out Bird, and then I got Bill at 10. Again, 11 is 11, so I'd never take him out of the top 10. So I'll leave him at 10 because as
that
time
11 rings keep him in that. The 11 gonna keep him in the top 10 forever.
yeah, because you just can't.
It's not gonna be done again, and it's not.
You
And it's
can't
not something you could just dismiss.
because if we being honest and real, Will dominated Bill.
He did.
Bill just had a better team.
Mm-hmm.
Wilt numbers is ridiculous. So yeah, Bill got more rings than Wilt, but Wilt numbers is 50 for a season.
Hey, when everybody else you playing against sell insurance and have car wash businesses, it's really easy to put up 50 points. You could drop me in the NBA in 1969, and I promise you I averaged 30.
No, you wouldn't.
And I'm only 5'9".
You
No, because I'll be athletic. No, you understand. Back then, the athletes wasn't athletes like now. You know what I'm saying? They really had regular jobs or did regular shit. They didn't train and work out and make it their craft. You know, they was just doing it because they loved it. I'm doing it to dominate. So I'm dunking on Wilt. I might have to use his shoulder to help me get to the rim, but I'm dunking on him.
George Gervin gonna bust your ass.
Oh, but back then they had them goons though. It'd be a scrap.
Yeah, man. But our top 10 is definitely different because yeah, you got Bird and Elijah Dwight. I don't have Bird, or I had Bird before this ring. Bird was 9, but
my
here's
list
the
is
thing.
more defensive greatness too than yours.
Well, everybody on my list played defense, but Steph and Magic.
But I think, I got the same problem.
You think
when you 6'9" and the person you guarding is freaking 6 foot, you really don't have to play defense. You just stand there.
You see, because you see when they put Scotty on him.
Yeah, when that 6'8" came up on him, the graphic changed, the dynamic changed.
Quick. But yeah, man, that was fun, man. I don't think I never asked you your top 5 or top 10 too. So making this, I was always curious to see who it was. All right, man. About to get on up out of here, man. Another good episode, though. This is a great episode, man. All right, that's it for us, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Highlight Center, aka the TAC podcast, brought to you by High Eye Clothing. This was episode 4. We be back next Wednesday. We're gonna recap week 4. We're gonna talk about some other stuff too, man. We're gonna get creative with a couple topics too, man. See if we
Because
can create.
we can do a top list for like every position, football, sports,
Yeah,
lines. That'd be fun to talk about.
and I think since we cover NFL anyway, we can do we can do a position top. I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
All right, man. We about to get up out of here though. If you did tune in, man, we appreciate y'all. You know, this is
Appreciate
just the
everybody.
beginning. It's the beginning of greatness, man. We be back next week, same time, smoking, talking shit, talking sports. Until then, man, Laker Nation, Coast Nation,
Later,
love.
Nation. I see y'all.
All right.